What's going on, guys? Episode number 174 here on the Energy News Beat on this gorgeous Monday, December 7th, 2020. I am your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in Denver, Colorado. As always, joined by the executive producer of the show, the creator of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, oilandgas360.com, Stuart Turley. How was your weekend, my man?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I'm glad to be back at work.
I am glad we can check out everything we've got on the rundown and a bag of chips coming up. But first, guys, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, Oil and Gas 360 /Enercom, the best place to stay in touch with all of your energy finances. We really appreciate all of our subscribers. Equity markets today, couple things to worry about. One, government runs out of money on Friday, but unlike you and me, they can just pass a bill and there's more money available to them. But what that means for traders is this. We're pretty sure that the sentiment is leaning towards the fact that because they have to get there and renegotiate a budget increase, there's going to be some coronavirus stimulus money in there. I mean, really the sentiment has flipped this weekend. You know, as we covered early on in lockdowns, who got helped? Big box chains, everybody from Amazon to all those guys made boatloads of money in lockdowns. The little guy didn't, and I think that sentiment is starting to creep back in. I heard it all over the news channels this morning. So I think that this Friday, they're going to have to solve something. We're not going to run out of money. We're just going to agree to be able to spend more money. I wish my budget worked like that. It would clear up a lot of the issues I have on a month-to-month basis. But
you could buy
so
ads.
That's where some of that stimulus money is. On the E&P side, S&P energy sector was down 2.6 percentage point. To give you an idea of top line indices, SPY closed 0.2 of a percentage point down. NASDAQ closed 0.5 of a percentage point on the upside. Dow Jones finished 0.3 of a percentage point on the downside. So mixed bag on that front. Oil down big, though, down 1.25 percentage points off a couple things that Stu's going to cover in the international news desk. 45.68. California going into the lockdowns doesn't help either. Back into the curve for 0.3 of a percentage point on the downside. 45.64. Natural gas 3.4. Who was calling $4 gas? I want heads because natural gas is $2.43, down 5% on the day. It's unbelievable. Warmer weather is supposed to be blooming in over this December, much more hotter than was expected. So that's really what's driving natural gas prices down. 3 percentage points for the backside, $2.65 for 12-month strip. 3.3 percentage points for our E&P securities contract. 3.3 full percentage points for OIH. Equities on the downside, big movers, obviously, it let it down. Par Pacific Holding, 6 percentage points. Perrock Royalty Trust down 6 percentage points. Espos, our friends at Silverbow, they're down 8 percentage points. Range Resources down 8 percentage points. CRC down 10 percentage points. Wonder why. California's in lockdown. Telrinian down 11 percentage points. Upside, okay numbers. Prime Energy Resources up 5. American Resources, Go America, up 8 percentage points. Permaville Royalty Trust up 12. TransGlobe up 14. High Point Resources, again, merging with Bonanza Creek, up 16 percentage points. Couture Energy up 18 percentage points. Guys, before I tell you about the international news desk, I need to tell you about our friends at Data Gumbo. Guys, Data Gumbo is an international oil and gas technology company who builds, manages, and automates their own smart contracts. Data Gumbo's smart contracts offer a new commercial approach to relationships, one that reduces friction to streamlined operations, increases transactional certainty, and increases cost savings. Every transaction is accurate, certain, touchless, automated, and powered via the Gumbo net. Go get yourself a big helping of Gumbo at datagumbo.com. Stu, what do you have on the international news desk today?
Oh, we just got more fun from our folks in Iran, with our high quality graphics group here as well, too. Hey, we're sitting here taking a look at Iran. You and I have talked about Iran for quite a while.
Yep.
I've been all over it. I even get, we get a call from them over there going, hey, you guys are right. Everybody else is wrong. Well, Iran ramped up. What?
No, we're right. Iran's not calling us and telling us we're right.
Oh, yeah, they are. Come on.
Okay, fair enough.
Iran ramped up its oil exports over 2 million, and their expectations is they're already ramping up to bypass the Biden nuclear deal that they're doing. It's just came out. I thought this was pretty interesting. They're not even waiting till he gets into office to bypass his deal he's going to do with them. Thought that was humorous.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. So Chevron, here we are with our other graphics department here. Chevron, we talked about was it last Friday, or did we sleep since then?
It's been last Friday.
Oh my gosh. Chevron's 14 billion. There's 14 billion among Kazakhstan.
Yes, they came. Chevron came up with their capex, $14 billion top line. What was interesting is over the weekend, Stu, all the analysts dove into it. Most of their assets are shifting towards Kazakhstan versus Permian, which is interesting.
It is, and our heart goes out to our folks in the Permian. We need them working here. We don't need them working over there. And I just think it's short-sighted on some of the areas. They're believing the money is over there. I don't believe so, but that's my opinion. Hey, last thing on the international news desk. Here's our graphics department again. This one's in the international country of California. California became the largest net energy importer out of any state. Hydroelectric, nuclear from Arizona. I just think it's kind of funny that they've got to import all of their energy and all the money they spend on green and solar. So there you go.
It is pretty funny. And one of these days you'll learn to silence your computer when we start these live streams.
Hey, I'm not the one with Groundhog Day when you're having to have take number 7. So go ahead. Tell me about my little ding here.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Great stuff as always on the international news desk. When we check out the U.S. oil side, there's a couple things. One, as Stu covered last Friday, Saudi Aramco raised its crude oil official selling prices for Asia after OPEC and allies agreed to a gradual increase. What's interesting is for U.S., they've lowered their official selling price. So that tells you a couple things. China, they think is going to continue to come back. U.S., they do believe is going to go into lockdown. So that's an interesting nugget from the official selling prices that came out from Saudi Arabia last weekend as we dive in. The only other thing I've got, Stu, really is it's pretty funny, actually. So the headline, Wall Street Journal, Exxon Mobil pressure from new activist fund. Give you an idea,
Sure.
Engine Number One LLC, an investment firm launched by Chris James last week, is preparing to send a letter. Ooh, scary. To Exxon's board, urging the Irvine, Texas-based company to focus more investments in clean energy while cutting costs elsewhere to preserve its dividend. It's all after dividend, baby. Even the clean energy people, they want their dividend, baby. They want their dividend. The Wall Street Journal, what's Stu?
Here's a draft.
There is a draft. The letter, which a copy was reviewed by Wall Street Journal, identifies 4 people the firm plans to nominate to Exxon 10-person board. Give you an idea, that's 0.002 percentage points of the company. Yeah, I don't know if it'll happen. The interesting part, though, is there's a San Francisco-based firm does have the support of the California Teachers Retirement System, a big pension fund investor, which holds about $300 million in an Exxon stake, while Engine One has about 3. So that $340 million stake, that's about 0.75 of a percentage point. So I mean, you got a little bit of movement on the upside, and you also got to remember, institutions own Exxon. Your mutual funds, your big box players. So, yes, $340 million of their investment or their stockholders think that's a fraction of what Exxon's worth. They're a $250 billion market cap company. This just means that the big boys are not immune to some of this activism. And it's interesting that, fighting Exxon to preserve its dividend by going into clean energy, pretty interesting. It is beyond me. But this tells you one thing, guys. Even the greenies, they're after their dividend, baby. Because when it comes down to it, it's all about the cold, hard cash. Stu, did we miss anything today?
No, but you make me laugh. I sure appreciate you.
Good. I appreciate you too. And with that, guys, we're going to let you get out of here, get back to work. For Stuart Turley, I'm Michael Tanner. Thank you for checking us out on the world's greatest website, oilandgas360.com. We will see you guys tomorrow for an episode of the Energy News Beat.